Welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast with Mikey, Tim, and two Chris's. We're all here. We're recording on Saturday now
What's
You
up?
forgot.
because I think we said it last week. I don't have to drive to Richmond now, so we can do weekends a little easier.
Much better. For
Yeah,
all
much better. I concur.
Well, I think we should start with the biggest news of today. It's not. I don't think it's confirmed by the man himself.
It's
or
been
Tom
confirmed
Brady.
and denied.
It's been confirmed and denied. Tom Brady's officially retiring at the age of 44
Remember that
after an
time
MVP
Brett
caliber
Favre
season.
retired? Remember
Do what?
that time Brett Favre retired and then came right back?
Yeah.
He got his face on the cover of Madden and then came back.
You know what? Who just signed up? He just signed for a team for the postseason. Was it Weddle? Eric Weddle?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Weddle.
Okay. Because he retired and he
So did Gronk.
yeah.
So there goes all the Tampa's fair weather fans.
Well, apparently I saw something else. Tampa's in the running for Aaron Rodgers if Rodgers leaves.
I heard they were
Duh.
might trade for Wentz.
Really.
I don't know
I-
how true these articles are. It might just been a scenario.
It's legit been a couple hours, so
Like I heard Tim Tebow was good. No, I'm just kidding.
I heard Andrew Luck
Hell
was
yeah.
come back and play for Tampa.
Tampa has the worst. You know how like
Pack on
like
30
like
pounds of
everywhere
muscle.
you go in Indiana, there's Colts t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats. People wear them all the time, right?
Yeah.
You see Colts even in the summertime. People are wearing Colts stuff. It's not like that in Florida. People are not walking around with t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats. None. You might
It's
find one
heat stuff.
occasionally that's a real diehard Bucks fan, but they're non-existent compared to like Indianapolis.
It's because they have so many teams.
Yeah. The same with I would
They're
say
the most.
California.
They're the most.
They have, like,
They're
three
the
teams.
second most established team in Florida. You can't tell me Jacksonville's pulling that many fans away from Tampa.
I mean, Jacksonville might just have a better fan base than
No.
Dude, they hate their GM. Their fans showed up in clown costumes at the last game of the season.
And beat the Colts.
They beat the Texans too. No, they beat not the Texans, the Titans.
The Tampa's the problem with Tampa, and I think it always will be, is you have in that area, that whole Tampa, Sarasota, St. Pete, Bradenton area, you have so many transplants from the north. Like I went to when the Bears and the Bucks were in the same division. We went to a Bear game because my brother's a Bear fan, and there were so many people from Chicago, either living in Florida or flew to Tampa for the game. I mean, it's hard to get that fan base. And the problem with the Rays have the same problem in St. Pete, but you've got you've got the Yankees do spring training in Tampa, then you've got the Tampa Yankees. It's a AA team. You've got the Phillies in Clearwater. You've got so many different. The Blue Jays are in Dunedin. The Tigers are in Lakeland. How do you create a fan base with people who already belong to a fan base? You see what I'm saying?
There you go, Tim. Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like when Miami,
Yeah,
like when the Dolphins came in, because there was like literally nothing in Florida.
Well, it's not like when the Colts came to Indiana because it was
Exactly.
there's the Bears.
The Bears, Bear attack.
It's like if a baseball team came to Indiana.
Before the Colts came, it was the Bears, the
Wasn't
Bengals,
Oilers?
or the Browns. And then
Wasn't
I
the
was a Raider fan.
Oilers right there, Edmonton?
What?
Who?
Wasn't that the Oilers?
Oilers were in Houston.
I think before they were Houston, it was called the Edmonton. I thought, unless
No,
I'm thinking
Edmonton
of
Oilers
another
is a hockey team.
hockey.
Yeah,
team.
that's what I was like. I
No,
wasn't
hey,
sure, but I was.
Hey,
gonna
I
say
just knew the word Edmonton went before Oilers. Okay,
it.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
even think there
where.
is an Edmonton in Indiana.
I don't know what your Indiana cities are. You have Kokomo, so you could literally have anything.
The only thing that Indiana had professional was the Pacers.
We only have 2 pro
The Colts
teams.
showed up, and the Colts didn't show up until '84.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we got the WNBA and
Oh,
they didn't.
uh,
The only thing
what about
Indiana had,
soccer?
Indianapolis had
MLS?
the Racers, which Wayne Gretzky played for. Then they became the they were the Racers for a long time. Then they became different affiliates. Now they're the Indy Fuel, but
Great
that was a minor league.
atmosphere. If
They've
you ever go
only
to
had
Indy
minor.
Fuel game, it's
Indianapolis
awesome.
has only had minor league, and they've had the Indianapolis Indians for years.
The Indy
So
Fuel is awesome. It's like a great environment.
this was Indianapolis was perfect environment for any NFL team to move to when they did, because there was nothing for them to root for.
Yeah.
I
It's
wanna-
a very
I
wanna
was
get back
I was
to,
still a Raider fan, and I'm still a Raider fan, but I still root for the Colts because that's my home. That's my home team.
you can't have more than one team. You got to pick a team. Like I said to my
I
dad,
did. Didn't you see the pictures from the Raider? You didn't see the pictures from the Raider game?
you're not allowed to have more than one team.
what were you
Boy.
gonna say, Mikey?
Oh, I think you can have more than one. I want to go. I want to talk about Rogers for a second, but I think you can have more than one team. There's got to be in different divisions, like an East Coast, West Coast,
My dad,
NFC, AFC.
Well,
My
that's
dad
the
is-
thing.
would
The
slap
Colts. The only time I root against the Colts are when they play the Raiders. So
Yeah. But with Aaron Rodgers, if he were to go somewhere, of course they always say Broncos, but I don't believe that. That's a tough division that he would have to go to. Oh, but I mean, the best. I'm a homer now. The best spot would be the Colts.
Here we
Yeah.
go. What are you gonna do with Carson Wentz?
Rodgers, why? Because of a dome.
No, the division.
Well, that too.
Yeah, I mean, even though, I mean, you're
We
not
couldn't
playing.
win the division with wins.
Who's in the Colts division again? Is it Jaguars?
Titans, Jags,
The Jags, the
and
Texans.
Houston.
Yeah, because they're in
So,
the South.
aside from the Titans,
They're in the South, but they're farther north than Cincinnati. So
aside from the Titans, you guys really don't have much to deal with, at least right
No.
now.
I mean, you
Houston
can at
when they
least.
decide to be good.
In the,
I
every once
mean,
in a while.
in the
We
future,
can
like
at least
Trevor
win the
Lawrence is
division
starting to
in
get
the
better.
AFC.
wait, guys, quiet. Wait. Go ahead, Mikey. I couldn't.
You could at least. I mean, if he were to come here, you can almost guarantee a division win.
Oh
With
yeah,
the
because
team-
I think he's that kind of player that elevates players to play better.
He by himself can get you 3 or 4 wins.
I still like Carson Wentz though. I mean, I don't think he had a good preseason.
Yeah.
He started, way behind between being out preseason and then his feet and.
But I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, he's okay," just because he knew the system and Reich and stuff. But it still affects a player.
He hadn't been with Reich
Does
for a
Rodgers
few
have a
years.
Super Bowl?
The what?
Does Rodgers have a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has one.
He does.
Just one.
Just one.
I mean, I don't.
But he's made. I think he's made.
Rodgers
Haven't
had-
they gone to another Super Bowl but lost? Or I don't
Rodgers
remember.
had some weapons in his career, and he's. I mean, I thought he didn't. I forgot they won once, but he's only won one time, made it to the Super Bowl
Yeah.
twice. What
No,
makes
he's
you
only been
think
there once.
for the Colts is going to be any better than
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
as of right
they
now?
need-
I would say that if you take away Carson Wentz and Aaron Rodgers, the Packers have a better offense than
Yeah.
not offense, better players on offense.
I
Than
agree. I
Colts.
agree.
So I
The
mean,
only-
but-
yeah,
Rodgers can turn people into better weapons, but without a superstar.
yeah, like Devontae.
Like,
if
They
if
had
we-
Devontae Adams
yeah,
for
yeah,
10 years and only could manage one win.
yeah.
So that's all I'm saying is I don't know how much better.
I
I
do
just
agree with that.
better he's going to be for your team than Wentz. So you might as well just stick to. You don't
Yeah.
want to screw up your cap.
Yeah,
anymore.
What would we do with
Right.
wins, anyways?
Yeah, who would want Wentz
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point? Like he's bounced from team to team, so you're not going to get much from him. You're going to take a penalty.
Yeah, I honestly, I think, and there's a whole deal with Carr being shuffled around from Las Vegas, and I'll still say this: just stick with what you got, because what's out there isn't better
Carr
than
had a
what
great
you've
year
got
this
already.
year.
What do you think of Josh McDaniels possibly going to the Raiders?
I'm not sold on that yet. I was more excited to see Harbaugh go, but they say that Carr would fit into his offensive scheme, which is true. If McDaniels is what he is, but he was trash in Denver. I mean, and they got Devontae Adams because Carr and Adams went to college together. They would be, they would, they could win the division. I really believe that. They're a number one. Well, they're red. Plus, New England's red zone was one of the best in the league, while Las Vegas was the worst. So he knows how to change that around. So that would be a huge benefit. Huge benefit.
Sure.
I mean, is Bisaccia that good? I don't know. I think it all depends on his offensive coordinator. Plus, their defense has holes in it, so I can't say that they would be that much better. But if they could get Devontae Adams and they get a coach that knows his way around the offense, which McDaniels does, then sign him. I mean, from what I hear, he's already got the job.
Colts didn't the Colts defensive coordinator Eberflus go to
He went to the
Bears?
Went to
Bears.
the Bears. Yeah, he went to
That's
the
a
Bears.
big loss. I think that's a bigger loss than people are
Pittsburgh
saying.
GM. Pittsburgh's GM is retiring or leaving Pittsburgh after the draft.
I think it said retiring.
He's retired.
Yeah. But he's been there forever. And that's one thing about Pittsburgh is they don't get rid of people that often. They like let people do their job.
But people stay there aside from AB.
They hire
Yeah.
within too. They don't.
Yeah, they hire within, their players stay. I mean,
AB's got other issues.
he's the what do you call it?
Poster child for CTE.
No, I lost it. But
anyways, that was our Tom Brady talk.
well, okay. Before we get off football, who's going to the Super Bowl? I want.
I'm telling you, the Rams. I picked them.
Eagles are going to win. I think they're going to surprise people.
I
still think the Rams are going to win. It's going to be Bengals and Rams.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the Bengals and the Rams. This is the day before the game, so I picked the Rams.
I like
after week 1, if you remember. So
yeah, I gotta go Bengals Rams.
Can the NFC not have anybody make it and just give it
just 2 AOC teams?
I hate the Chiefs.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch of the Buffalo Chiefs.
Because the Rams are, in my opinion, fall underneath the same umbrella that Chris says the Bucks fall under. And they have a whole ton of shitty ass fans. Every Ram fan I know came out of the woodwork when they spent all of that money to build a super team.
Yeah.
And still couldn't win.
Yeah. I'd still like the only reason why I'd like to see the Rams win overall, but I'd like to see either the Rams or the Bengals win the Super Bowl.
Can we get the Bengals? The Bengals haven't won in forever. Let the Bengals win.
Yeah, I want to see the
Bengals have.
Well, I mean, Matt Stafford hasn't won it. Yes, this is his first time basically.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Matty Stafford.
I think Stafford deserves a Super Bowl. I think he's that good.
Yeah,
Arguably
I think
one of the best QBs.
And OBJ.
Not good. If
He was
Stafford
stuck on the Giants,
would have went to the Super Bowl with Calvin Johnson.
Yeah,
and they had Megatron. I think he's just above average.
What?
Matt Stafford, I would say, is just above, like not just above average, like slightly above average.
That's insane.
Like if I had,
there's some truth to that.
Matt Stafford, and overall in Madden, it would probably be maybe like an 84, 85.
It's a freaking video game, dude.
I don't know. There's some truth to that.
You
know how many pick sixes and like interceptions he threw in those last few games?
So
Like,
if I put Brady at 1 at 99, I would probably put Matt Stafford somewhere in the 80s. Because he's nowhere. Matt Stafford's not in the top 10 of quarterbacks, no matter what you say. It's not like he's had like a bomb phenomenal career. He's done
Well,
good.
Name a quarterback that's been in Detroit that's had a bomb phenomenal career.
Well, it's not my fault. Detroit sucks balls.
Damn. Look at Goff.
I forgot golf existed. Just now.
Why is he bad? He took the Rams to the Super Bowl. Remember that boring ass Super Bowl with the Patriots?
He brought a super team to the Super Bowl, though. That's not impressive. Anybody could.
Yeah.
If Brady had those same receivers that Goff had that year, he would have broke every record that he broke in the 2008 season when they broke all those records.
Yeah, give Tom Brady Cup and that wide receiver core, it would have been done.
And they had like
Jesus.
3 of the fastest receivers in the league on the same team. And then they did all like those trick plays and stuff like that. Like
Remember that Rams
off, but
Chiefs game in this regular season that year? That was such a great game.
that was all coaching that game.
Yeah, and I legit think I can't think of the Rams coach, his name.
Sean
What?
McVay.
Yeah, I think McVay let Belichick get in his head.
Like he's a phenomenal coach, McVay. I think like he's the reason like that team is good
Yeah, he is.
with Matt Stafford.
Oh, man, Bruno's Pizza in Kokomo, it's legit.
Never had it.
It's so freaking good. I just had leftovers.
Where's it at?
Crab pizza?
It's on Phillips and Jefferson. Behind Scoops. It's on Jefferson, really. Across from Big
okay.
Coffee.
Where Dan's used to be when it was called Hayworth.
we're Hayworth.
No,
Yeah.
gingerbread.
Well, it's Hayworth and gingerbread, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you think where Dan's used to be? Does
Their
Dan not?
pizza.
Dan doesn't exist anymore?
No, Dan's is on Union Street.
Oh, okay.
Dan's used to be Hayworth also.
No, Dan's.
I've heard about this donut
Dan's
place.
was on. Dan's has always been on Hoffer
12
Street,
years
just down
now.
closer to the railroad tracks.
But they were like owned by the same people, Hayworth and Dan.
Oh, that I don't know.
When I
Yeah.
go to Indiana, I'm gonna need to get Dan's because I've been hearing
Yeah,
about
you do.
this place for
Yeah.
12 years.
Dan's is freaking awesome.
Dan's
Bruno's Pizza though. They're out of Logansport, and I guess one of the owners.
Oh, I've
moved to
had
Kokomo.
Bruno's. I've had it in Logansport.
It's
when we went to the
freaking
basketball
awesome.
game.
Oh my god.
I haven't had it in a while, but it's good. I know that.
They
for sure.
they don't chintz on the toppings, nothing. So I am not being paid by Bruno's. But this is a plug for Bruno's in Kokomo. Go to
But
Bruno's.
if you know Bruno's or Dan's wants to sponsor us,
Yeah, if Bruno's or Dan's wants to sponsor us, we'll be more than happy. What did I get from there? I got a stromboli and meatball sub last week from Bruno's. And I ate the stromboli. No, I ate the meatball sub first. The stromboli I put in the fridge and saved it for the next day, and I heated it up in the oven.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it was so freaking
I didn't
good.
even make it to the. By next day, he meant at 12:01.
I can't wait any longer.
have you guys been to Pasta? Have you guys been to Posterific since the remodel?
No, I drove by there last night and it was packed.
I went there once, like recently, like a couple months
Kim-
ago. I wasn't impressed.
Kimberly and I went there last night. We were probably there, Mikey, when you drove by.
I don't know. I drove by about 6:45 around there.
We'd left by then. We got there at like 5:30.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you guys are old people going so early.
Well, I left work early because I wasn't feeling well and I was starving and she was hungry too. So, but
You still went out
so-
when you're not feeling well.
I did it on
unresponsible.
Thursday. I went to work. I went home half day on Thursday because I left half day Thursday, came home, slept all day, got up, showered,
yeah.
went to dinner at Texas Roadhouse, then came home and went back to bed.
Well, I didn't even go in Thursday. Then I left work early on Friday yesterday. So
So how was Posterific? I don't think it's that
it was okay.
I'd
So I
rather go to
remember
Olive
before the
Garden,
fire, it was basic. Kimberly said this, but it was basically Olive Garden, but home.
It's more expensive.
Local. No, but it's good now. Like I liked it. I think it's better.
I
than it
wasn't
used to
impressed with I thought their tomato sauce was kind of bland, and their
be. I liked
calamari
it.
was kind of
The
tasteless.
the
Actually,
one thing I don't like is they don't bring you a basket of breadsticks anymore. They bring you one breadstick at a time.
Oh, get
see,
out of
Texas Roadhouse brings you the rolls, and you could ask for more rolls.
here.
You gotta at least give me 2 breadsticks so I can sword fight.
And
Right?
Fazolinis, they just come around with the
Rollers?
breadsticks.
Fazoli's.
Yeah, Fazolinis.
Yeah, they do come around with the breadsticks. That's what makes them awesome. But even Texas Roadhouse, they'll say, "Do you want more rolls?" And I mean, it's the quote
Does a
from
bear
Boy
shit
Meets
in the
World.
woods?
It's like the greatest quote from Boy Meets World. And if you're not a Boy Meets World fan, and I don't know if you'll get it, but if you are, they want you to take the rolls.
Yeah.
Always want you to take the rolls. So
Well,
rolls.
I'll make your place go bankrupt with how much of the free bread I'll eat.
Man, a lot of people Ruby Tuesdays used to have a pumpernickel bread with the butter they used to give out.
I
Isn't
never
that,
really liked it.
Then they did these little croissant things that were really good. So
I don't know, I don't really like the bread at Outback. Fuck that.
no,
No,
I'm not
that
big on the
Outback
Outback
bread
bread.
sucks.
It is kind of shitty. I do like, but yeah, you can't beat Texas Roadhouse rolls. I mean,
Yeah.
they're so
What about now? They're a little bit different, but I think they're top 3. The Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster.
Oh
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Hell yeah.
We went to Red Lobster a couple weeks ago. Spent way too much money, but it's a once a couple months every few months
Yeah.
thing. We destroyed like 2.5 baskets of those biscuits.
Yeah, but I always get like if I'm ever at Red Lobster, I always get crab legs. So I can't like load up on biscuits and then have crab legs too. So
Well, you can always get some biscuits to go.
this is true. They
That's
want
what
you
we
to
did.
take the rolls.
We took some home, just like rolls from what's it called? Olive Garden, not rolls.
Oh, I got invited to a party in Indianapolis tonight, and I really wanted to go, but post COVID, like I'm tired already. Like this thing kissed my ass. I was in bed at like 10 after 8 last night. I watched an episode and a half of South Park and fell asleep, and I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock this morning.
I feel like you've had COVID for like 3 weeks.
That's what
No,
it sounds
it's not.
like.
It's
I
the
feel-
after effects.
I feel like this podcast and the last 2 podcasts you
No,
said
I don't have it, but damn it, it just it wears it, a lot of people. And my ex-wife was the same way. It just and even our boss, Chris, it's the same thing. That
I know.
you go to work and you go home and you go to bed because you're exhausted, and it'll be like that. They tell me it can be like up to 3 months like that. Which that's why I went to the 6 o'clock movie the other night. Because I came home from the
it might
6
be
o'clock
because
movie.
you're a little
I came
seasoned,
home from
too.
the 6 o'clock movie and went to bed.
You're a little seasoned though, so
Well, I am older than you guys too. I mean, that is significant.
You are a boomer.
I think my age does play a part of it. No, I mean I'm over it. I mean I have coughing fits every once in a while, but by 8 o'clock I'm
Yeah,
ready
me
for
too.
bed. I'm ready to sleep. So there would have been no way I could have drove to Indianapolis and not come home late or and fallen asleep. You know what I mean? So I'm sick of it. I don't want to do this. If I wanted to go out on a date, I'm like, well, could we do lunch? I couldn't even go out on a date. Meet us up. There's live music at this bar. Come meet us up there. We'll be up there about 10. No, I'm not going to meet you at 10. I'll be asleep at 10.
You'd have to,
I'm
yeah,
only-
you'd have to take a
oh.
nap midday and
I was
get a
just about to
second
say
wind.
I'm only 26, but I'm 29.
Yeah.
I'm 29 and 10 o'clock's already like, hey, I want to be chilling in my like at home by 10 o'clock.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Like I'll stay up until like all hours of the morning, but I want to be home.
Nothing wrong with that.
Should we discuss also the only player to be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame?
What? There was only one person.
Oh.
Yes.
How
Because
often? I mean, why don't they do more?
Because all
Because
the
you
other
have to-
players were used
you have to-
steroids.
you have to
or
have enough-
allegedly used steroids.
You have to have enough votes from the Writers Association to be elected into the Hall of Fame.
But they could do more than one if they wanted to, right? Or
Oh
do they
yeah,
just,
yeah. Well,
okay.
there was more than one up, but only one got elected in,
Well, that's
which
Yeah,
is
like the
my
Barry
favorite.
Bonds.
My favorite best Boston Red Sox player ever, Big Papi, David Ortiz, made the Hall of Fame. I'm so excited.
he's
I
like
got an
he's like the first, like, if you tell me, oh, name Red Sox, I'd be like, oh, that guy.
David Ortiz.
Yeah,
I got an
Ortiz.
autographed picture
Or Manny
hanging up.
Ramirez. I think Manny Ramirez. He's Red Sox.
Yeah, Manny.
pitcher.
Yeah,
Okay.
Manny was awesome.
My first
Yeah.
Red Sox, I always think
he took
of
like-
as,
He took like horse. He took like horse testosterone or something. So
Hell
he,
yeah.
he will never get elected. Well, that's the biggest argument. The big argument this year, because Papi got in, and Papi was a DH, but I mean he was
failed
so
a drug
clutch in the
test.
playoffs. No, that was a
Yeah, he
false
did.
positive because they brought it up. Hold on, they brought it up, and they said that he tested. He asked for information from the league, and there was none. So it was a bogus test, and it was never brought up again. And the league never brought it up again. So he never tested positive. He came up on a list that showed he tested positive. When he asked for all that information from the league, they had nothing to provide for him because there was none. So the big argument was because you can only be on the list for like 10 years. You got 10 years of eligibility.
And then you can't be back on the list until you die, I think.
Well, yeah, you can like be like part of like kind of like the way the NFL does it with the legend players or whatever. So the three that didn't get in it that they said should, which I think Kurt Schilling should have got in it, but because of his politics, they won't put him in the Hall of Fame. But he's a Hall of Fame pitcher. He really is. He
Yeah.
won the World Series with two different
Isn't
teams.
he like a hardcore Republican?
Yes, that's why he did not get in. This was his 10th year of eligibility, so he wasn't. He's not allowed to in. And then Bonds.
He was like an outspoken Trump supporter.
Yeah, and then Bonds and Clemens didn't get, which they're known to.
Chris. You know the Futurama episode with the Blurns ball,
Yeah.
like, and that was before steroid injections were mandatory.
Well, the stupid thing was I saw a tweet. It says, what does this say about the integrity of the Hall of Fame by not letting Barry Bonds in? And I'm like, okay, so you're worried about the integrity of the Hall of Fame, but you don't worry about the integrity of the ball player.
You don't worry about the integrity of the game.
Yeah, I mean, but you
It
should.
gives
I
you
should.
an unfair advantage. I mean,
And if
yeah,
people
he
were
could hit
like,
the ball, but
why don't
he
they
wouldn't
just
have broke
put
the
him?
home run record.
This is what I say. If you want to put Bonds, McGuire, if you want to talk about the steroid era, put them in the Hall of Fame. Don't give them that. Don't say they're. Put a display about them in the Hall of Fame, but don't give them the accolades. They're not in the Hall of Fame. That era
Put
is
an
part of
asterisk
the Hall
next
of
to
Fame.
their name.
Huh?
But just put an asterisk next to their name.
But
Like every player from that era used steroids. That was just
it's not every
Yeah.
player.
I would say all the big ones.
not
If
every
you-
player, but everybody in the Hall of Fame had used steroids.
No.
It's
The
like
people who
everything-
use steroids will never make it to the Hall of Fame.
All of the greatest, all of the people at the top of the list. All of the-
Sosa, McGuire, Bonds, Clemens, they will. A-Rod, they will never make the Hall of Fame. Even
Like-
Manny Ramirez won't make the
Those
Hall
are
of Fame
all-
because they cheated. They used steroids. They'll never make the Hall of Fame. If they do, I think there should be like a steroid like section, but do not say they're Hall of Fame players. Do not give them the accolades. Don't give them the benefits of being in the Hall of Fame. You just talk about them in the Hall of Fame because it belongs, just like anything else. It's part of baseball history. There should be something in the Hall of Fame about the steroid era. But should they be given the accolades of being recognized as a Hall of Fame player? Absolutely not. Because here's the thing, Bonds was a Hall of Fame player before he cheated. So was A-Rod. They were both guaranteed to be in the Hall of Fame. And for everybody says, well, they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame even though they cheated. You know what? Jeter never cheated. Really?
That
Did
we
he?
know of.
No, Jeter never. I can say that. Jeter didn't cheat. What about Cal Ripken? He didn't cheat. I mean, all the people before them and after them that played it straight that are in the Hall of Fame, they didn't cheat. So by putting them in there, you're it's a disgrace to it's just disgrace to the Major League Baseball. I granted the Major League turned a blind eye, but you can't do that. It tarnishes every record that they broke. Really does. But I don't care. Big Papi's in. That's all.
It's hard to. What is it? 10 years till eligible.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to believe it's been 10 years since he retired.
No, this is his first year of eligibility. This was Papi's first year. He retired like.
How long is it till you're eligible? I thought it was 10 years before you're eligible.
No. You have 10 years of eligibility.
Oh.
But he was first ballot. David Ortiz went in on first ballot, which I'm looking up. I think he retired after the 15 season. When did he retire? I'm looking up when he retired.
I think basketball is only like 7.
Well, the
16.
Basketball Hall of
So
Fame isn't even
it's
the
5
NBA
years.
Hall of Fame.
His last appearance was October 2nd, 2016. So it's 5 years. So he was eligible. You're eligible after 5 years. And what's crazy is his stats after he left. When he batted 286, 2,472 hits, 541 home runs, 1,768 RBIs. But he didn't have he had very little home runs when he played for Minnesota. They got him from Minnesota. And not Manny Ramirez. What's his name? Hang on. I'm looking.
Brain fart.
Yeah, it is. It's Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez convinced the Red Sox to sign Ortiz.
Vote for Pedro.
So, but his in part of in 6 seasons with the Twins, he hit 58 home runs and had 238 RBIs. So, I mean, since 2003, he hit almost 500 home runs because he had 541 home runs. That's insane. And that was in 2000. That's after the 2002 season. He signed with the Red Sox in 03. So changing teams can, good grief. But so I don't know if we'll ever see Bonds in any of those. Clemens.
Probably after they die, once they get the Legends stuff.
And it's a shame because I mean, why did Bonds really have to juice? Did he? I mean, did those guys really have? They didn't have to. I don't think they really had to. And people are like, well, what's the advantage? Well, the advantage is your bat speed. It's not that you hit the ball farther; it keeps your bat speed.
Swing the bat so harder, and you fucking send it into space.
Yeah.
Right? You can send it. You can send your bat speed is that much faster. If unless you never lose that bat speed. As you get older, you're gonna lose your bat speed. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Well, it's just like bait or football. You lose your arm strength.
Exactly. So that's. I mean, why does it? That's that's why you
Tom
can't
Brady
let
never
those
had arm
guys in.
strength.
So I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. I'm just happy that Ortiz is in. So. And check this shit out. So okay, I used to go see the Red Sox play the Rays all the time, right, in Tampa, because Tampa.
Did we just lose him?
I think we did.
Okay, well, I'm gonna guess he says Tampa sucks. Anyways, that was a weird. Tim,
Yeah.
you want to talk about Pokemon and Extraction while he's gone?
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Never mind. Okay,
Okay, so what
Tampa
happened?
sucks.
It's just a quick story. Okay, so the Rays used to do 2 for Tuesdays. You could get outfield seats for 2 games, 2 tickets for the price of 1. So me and my brother would go all the time to see the Red Sox play. And I'm sitting in right field, and Poppy jacks out this home run. And it's like in our section, except we were like seat 22, and the ball lands in like seat 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So this kid catches the ball. And these jackass guys around him saying, throw the ball back, throw the ball back, throw the ball back. So this kid throws the ball back onto the field, right? Why would you do that? Why would you throw a ball from a home run from David Ortiz back on the field?
You're a kid. You don't know.
You should. Don't listen to adults. It's a baseball. I would never, especially that caliber of a player. Even then, this was like 2008, 2009. So they had already been to the World Series.
What if it was his first game, though?
Huh?
What if it was his first game? He didn't know any better.
But still, I mean, I would be like, I can't believe that's like throwing a. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame now. That kid's probably going, oh, I shouldn't have probably thrown that ball back on the field. Kid was probably 10 or 11 years old.
Probably doesn't know any.
What an asshole! That pissed me. I'm like, dude, give me the ball. I'll be more than happy to take it off your hands.
Was he a Tampa fan?
Yeah.
Well, that's why.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if I was at a Red Sox game and I caught a ball from Derek Jeter, do you think I'd be throwing that ball back on the field?
If I caught a ball from anybody, I'd be keeping it.
Huh?
If I caught a ball from anybody, I'd keep it. It doesn't matter who it is.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter who it is. Exactly.
I'm keeping the ball.
Well,
My ball now.
But I went to tons of Red Sox games in Tampa, and I never saw anybody throw the ball back.
It's like that idiot that gave Brady's ball back to him. Luckily,
dude, he got like a whole bunch of crap plus season tickets. So
yeah, only because it was so like televised and like I'm sure Brady probably would have given him something anyways. But
yeah.
What are you gonna say, Mikey?
I said if you're at Wrigley and the opposing team hits a home run, everybody throws that back.
I know
everybody.
Yeah, I would break the rule. They can boo me. I don't even care. I'm keeping that ball.
So, anyways, back to what we were going to talk about when we lost you there, Chris.
Yes.
Rainbow Six Extraction is a pretty fun game. It's made by the same people that made Rainbow Six Siege.
It has all the same character, or a lot of the same characters in it. Mm-hmm. They adapted the skills to work for like the zombie horde mode. There's 2 ways to play it. My way and Chris's way. And we'll argue.
Your way. I just like running and gunning. It's fun.
But it's a stealth game.
Oh.
But you're playing against zombies?
Yeah. So
like aliens.
So yeah, it's like aliens, but like they're kind of like zombies. I kind of feel like it's like zombies. There's like these like alien nests that are littered throughout the map. And if you piss off the zombies or the aliens in the area, those things will continually spawn guys, different like levels of like all the different kinds of creatures until you pop those nests. And if they're not on the other side of a breakable wall, you have to force your way into a room. So like the way me and Brad play is we send like the little drone that you get in like Siege. You still have that little drone. You go around. We plan our attack and where the guys are to make sure like nobody can sneak up on us. We shut doors behind us so to make sure nobody can come up behind us. We'll count down like 3, 2, 1, pop guys at like the same exact time. And then there's Chris's way to play, which involves not having a silencer on your weapon and just running through the map.
Hey, if everything is dead, then there's no one that'll report the incident.
That seems kind of
like me and Brad go loud if we have to. Like if something gets alert, like if one of the creatures screams, it triggers all of the nests in an area. So if that happens, usually we switch to our primaries, which have not. We keep like the muzzle brakes on the primaries, so that way they're stronger. Then we just go ham until we kill everything. And
I
can
always bring a silencer.
Yeah, I put one on my pistol and leave my
Unless I
primary.
can't. There's some pistols that you can't, like the revolver.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. It's the one thing I don't like is it's only 3-player.
I know. I wish it was 4 players,
What
but
game is this?
it's called Rainbow Six Extraction.
Oh, Rainbow Six. So now they've added zombies to it.
So yeah, like it's not zombies, it's aliens, but it's essentially
Oh,
like the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Like there's little exploding crawlers that run around and will like either blow up in your face or they pop holes in walls for other zombies to rush through. There's like a guy that makes everybody around him invisible. So then you walk into a room full of, one guy and there's actually 5 guys in it. And you don't realize.
Yeah, I did that. I didn't realize there was a guy that did that. And I walked in the room to stealth kill someone, and all of a sudden there's like 5 other guys. I was like, oh.
And then there's like guys the spikers that shoot little spikes at you that hurt you. It's really cool. You like level up your character to 10. 10 is max. If you go down in a mission, your character you don't lose any XP. You have to go back in a rescue operation in that same area, and you have to save the operator. If you don't save them, then you lose all of your XP, and you have to start back at level 1 with that character. But you can always just I've had to save somebody, and I just saved them on the easier difficulty. Did it by myself, so that way to make sure I got my guy back because he was level 10.
Are the aliens like just as easy to kill as like COD zombies, or are they a little bit harder?
So they all have different weak points, like the grunts, the normal guys. You could shoot them in, like if you shoot them in the body or the arms, it won't do anything. But if you hit them in the head, it'll one-shot them. Then there's like the sowers are these little crawling bitches that drop little flash grenades that go off if you get too close to them. Their weak spot is on their chest, so it's pointed at the ground. So it's kind of hard to hit that one unless you get them to like crouch up. But like it takes plenty of bullets to kill zombies unless you're hitting them in their weak spots.
Depends on the gun too. It's like the
Different.
shotguns do pretty good damage. The rifle I like to use is one-shot kill on most of them.
I was using the Vigil last night for all night. I kept getting out of every mission with 100 health. I just kept using him. He's really fun to use. You can just go invisible, and once you hit level 10, you can make anybody in, I would say, like a 10-meter radius invisible as well. So you can use that like tactically.
I'm like level 5 or 6 with Lion right now, and I like him because he's got like a radar that scans, that detects anybody that moves.
Once you
I get it to level 10, it detects everybody.
It marks them too. It keeps them constantly marked as long as they're moving. If they stop moving, I noticed that they disappear off of the.
Oh, but that's okay because
even if they're marked, they'll disappear off of the thing. But yeah, all the level 10 skills are fantastic. They're all wicked good.
Yeah.
Like Sledge can stun anybody. It's pretty fun.
It's a really fun game. It's free on Game Pass, and Game Pass is only like $15 or something.
It's free. So even if you wanted to just like try the game, you don't have to spend $40. You could just buy Game Pass for a month.
And then take that month to download the game, and then you can play it on the last day before your free, trial.
Well,
ends.
if your internet didn't suck.
Whatever, dude.
Well, Game Pass is only online. You have to download the entire game. And it only took me about 20 minutes to download the game, if that. So
I usually just
not really that long.
The update on the Tom Brady thing here. Tom Brady contacted Buccaneers GM Jason Licht and told him he was not made a decision on his retirement.
like I said at the beginning, no one's going to. No one for.
The only one who knows who's
officials
going to
confirmed
retire is Tom Brady. Yeah,
that. Yeah,
He's just messing with everybody at this point.
he ain't got nothing else
like
to
the
do.
whole Andrew Luck
He ain't
stuff.
playing
I'm
football.
not going to believe it until I hear it coming out of his mouth.
I still think Luck could have done your team a solid and retired before the draft and announced it
Yeah.
before, so that way they could have drafted differently. It was
Don't
like
get me wrong, Jacoby was great, but
a month after the draft, he was like, "Yeah, I'm done." Like
Matt
what?
Castle has tweeted, "Can confirm that I texted Tom Brady and he didn't text me back." And then Brady Quinn says, "Can confirm I texted Matt Castle, who texted Tom Brady, and Matt, has not texted me back." So there you go. That's the record on that. So
Tim, I'm going to talk a little bit about Pokemon, at least what I
Okay.
know about the Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
Well, what I know of it is that it is a direct sequel to whatever this game is that I'm playing right now. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It's a
Okay, so
direct
that's
sequel.
so it takes place right after that game. Okay.
you get a pearl
Yes.
necklace if you play Pokemon.
Here we go.
Yeah. It's a little bit different of a gameplay style. You're not.
Yeah, I saw you
It's
playing it.
basically in the past. Is the best way I can explain it.
You're building the whole thing for this game is you're building the first Pokedex. So you're the character from this game that I'm playing right now, Shining Pearl or Diamond, Brilliant Diamond,
Whichever one you got.
whichever one you have. You're essentially that
Tim,
character.
your mic.
Oh God,
Fix your
now
mic.
he's back to being a robot from Star Wars again.
It's always at an hour.
What?
He said it's always at an hour.
What about now?
Yeah,
There
better.
you go.
Okay. So you're basically this character, and at some point between the end of this game and the beginning of that game, you get sent back in time somehow, some way, whatever it is, back to this region that you're in, the Sinnoh region, and you're building the very first Pokedex. And that's the goal of this game, is to build the world's first Pokedex, or at least this region's first Pokedex. I don't know if it's the world's, but
I think it's that region. From what I understand from the story, it's that region.
like the Sinnoh region.
Yeah. Because like they just got there, like Team Galaxy just got there to start exploring it.
The map, I've seen like pictures of the two maps like overlaid on top of each other, and they did a pretty good job of making this game's locations like ancient. I don't know how many years it is, how many years in the past it is.
Well, it's far enough in the past, they look like they're in feudal Japan.
Yeah, they don't. I think the most technology they have is
The
whatever
wheel.
you bring with you. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I consider wheel technology, I guess,
It is.
but
Technology in the sense that it was invented, it's tech.
I mean, I feel like tech implies electrical things.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Did anybody watch The Mandalorian? I mean Boba Fett.
No.
That was stupid. What the hell? I go tune into Boba Fett and it's a freaking Mandalorian episode. But did you forget? Oh, we had an episode laying around because we forgot to add it.
It's Boba
So-
Lore.
There was no Boba Fett in the whole freaking show.
So it just had a Mando in it,
Yeah.
and they had Baby Yoda
No Baby Yoda because he returned him back to his people or
or
whatever.
Grogu or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's learning how to use the dark saber.
Yeah, he sucks at it too.
Huh.
It was just I was like, what
And
am I watching?
Halo is in Star Wars now, I guess.
We did see Womp Rats though.
Oh, like Master Chief.
No,
Halo?
there's like a ring satellite world that looked like a Halo world.
That'd
Or
be
Halo
cool.
ring.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I was like, wait a second, this isn't Halo.
I've seen that ring before. There's 6 more somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I was. I have not yet watched what you call it yet.
The new trailer for Halo is supposed to come out tomorrow.
I know, I can't wait.
I have not watched Peacemaker yet because yesterday I was off, but there was a 5-hour race from Daytona on. And then after that, before that and after that, I caught up on my DVR and emptied it. And then
Well,
today
I'll
was the
just put it this
24-hour
way.
race.
It's probably the
So-
best episode yet, in my opinion.
I'll probably watch it after the 24-hour
Episode
race.
4,
tomorrow.
right? I did watch that one.
No, 5. Is it
5.
A Peacemaker?
Yeah,
Oh, when did that come out?
Thursdays.
Thursday.
Okay,
I haven't
I
watched
think I
it
watched
either.
4. I haven't watched 5.
Did
watched
the one you watched, Mikey, have a monkey in it?
No, that's not 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not 4. Yeah, I forget
That's
what
the last
happened
one
in
I
4.
watched.
Okay.
4 is when they went to assassin. No, was 4 the one
Oh
where they assassinated the family?
when they try to
Was
stop
that
him
3?
from visiting his dad in jail.
Yeah, that
Right.
was.
Oh,
4.
that's right. When he, that's right. When he went to jail.
His
Yeah.
dad, and then Vigilante does the
It was
does the trash
after
can,
insult
the
people.
trash can at the window, and they're just watching him. They're like, "What the heck is this guy doing?"
That was a good episode. I have not watched that newest episode.
He made a really good, like, anti-racial, like, being racist speech there, too. It was really good.
Yeah,
And then he kills some Nazis, and we all can get behind that.
wasn't didn't Peacemaker was talking to like shit on like Batman or something
Mhm.
in this episode in that episode 4? That's funny.
Yeah,
What's that?
Batman
I
has
forget
what
a,
exactly
a,
he said.
a bunch of villains. Well, Batman is a pussy or something.
Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
Batman should kill his people because they just get out of jail to kill more people.
Yes. Yeah, he didn't kill them. He only kill people in necessity. Like Batman should be killing people. He shouldn't be putting people in jail.
Yeah, because how many times has Joker broken out and killed
That's
more
right.
people?
it's funny.
I went to see Scream, the new installment of Scream, the other night.
I really wish I could have gone with you, dude, but I was dying that
Whatever.
night.
Uh-huh. Don't you love the way I stir the pot?
I know. I get to work and they're like, "Oh, did you have a blah blah whatever you said?" And I was like,
I said the Kimberly flu. And I know they're going to tell you that, so that's kind of why I do it anyway. I had a feeling you were sick. I was waiting. I was in the office when you texted Vicky and you called in sick.
"Yeah,
I knew you weren't feeling well. I'm like, I bet this gets. I was like, I bet this gets. I know they're going to tell him they're going to tell him all the stuff I said, and sure enough, that's exactly what they did. I know where the rumors start in that office. It starts in the office.
Yeah.
But so I went to see it, and it's okay. It wasn't as good as the first few Scream movies, but the beautiful part of it was okay. In Scream, is it Scream 2? Yeah, Scream 2, they make a movie called Stab, right? Which is the movie within the movie but it's essentially Scream, but within the Scream universe, right?
Yes.
So, in this movie, they talk about Stab 8, right? And
God damn.
they say in Stab 8, okay, look at the parallel with this. In Stab 8, it was directed by the guy who did Knives Out.
really,
Who did Knives Out?
Brian Johnson,
Exactly. What else did he do?
Star Wars, Last Jedi."
In episode 8. And they talk about how the movie was ruined. Like all the diehard Stab fans hated the movie because of the direction that it went.
Oh man.
And like it was totally trashy. I was like, but you didn't see, they trashed it. It's a good movie because if you look at the elements, it's above the basic Stab movie. It totally described everything that people say about Last Jedi. People that liked it, they describes those people, and they talk about the diehard fans that hated it. But I thought that was, I caught I caught it, especially when he said, it was directed by the guy who did Knives Out. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got this. And then I read online that it kind of backed up. That's what they were doing, is making fun of Ryan Johnson and the Star Wars things. But it was just kind of a little far fetched about why they were killing again, and and they got they're just down to 3 people. The cool part was how they brought back. Stu wasn't in it, but Stu had family in it, and then Randy's niece and nephew were in it, and then they got a tie-in with Billy Loomis, so Skeet Ulrich kind of was in it in like flashback scenarios. So it's okay. I'm not gonna hate it. This weekend I was up. I'm a little pissed off because the Black Phone was supposed to come out this weekend, not this weekend past we're in now, but next weekend. The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke, that creepy ass movie.
Oh,
with
okay.
Oh, that
kidnapping
looks
kids.
good.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out this coming weekend, the first week in February, and I looked it up, and it doesn't come out until June now.
Whoa. But at least we get Jackass 4.
It's exactly right. We do get
Yeah.
Jackass, so I'm excited about that. So we're gonna have to go see Jackass.
Nothing should go up against Jackass. Jackass is going to win.
Well, I'm wondering if that's why they moved it, was because of Jackass. So, but
When does that
it
come
was
out? Jackass this next week.
Jackass comes out this weekend, this coming
The
weekend,
4th.
next
the
weekend, yeah, first weekend in February. So I know
We're going to have to see that. That has to be
that is a must see.
Yeah.
I have Thursday off, by the way, so I can go Thursday.
Well, when is Thursday the 4th?
The 3rd.
Shit. Midnight release.
They don't have midnight release.
I know they don't do the actual midnight releases anymore.
Yeah, it's like masturbating on a plane. You can't do that anymore either.
Or
You can
smoking.
do it once.
Or
Takes
something like smoking.
Takes a lot, Bin
You
Laden.
don't have to fucking jump to masturbating. You can't smoke either. Shit.
That's from The Hangover. You never saw The Hangover?
Yeah, I see the
Where he's like, it's like masturbating on a plane. I'm pretty sure you can't do it. Yeah, thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
I guess I'll quickly talk about Ozark. At least I only watched like 3 episodes so far, but
So,
it's
I've heard
just as
people
good.
binge watch the whole thing.
You can easily can, and like I just don't do, but it takes for me it took like I think it was about the 2nd episode. It really took me to get hooked. Like it takes a while to like really like set up the plot and like what's at stake and all this.
So okay,
But
so
it's still
you're on
just as good.
season 1.
No, this is season 4.
But so it took you 2 episodes to really get into it?
No, for this season.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
the first
understand.
season, really like the first episode was like, like they just kind of they catch up from what happened at the end of the season 3, and then they kind of go through and see like they kind of set up what's going to be the plot, and then like in episode 2 they kind of lay it out a little bit better, and then you find out like what's at stake and what the goals are for these people and everything. Like, so then I think I'm on episode 3. I just finished that. I think I watched
I
that
hear
last
it's
night.
very
But
good. I need to
that's
check
it's
it
a
out.
good drama. It's definitely a good drama.
They make fun of. They have an Ozark joke in this episode of Peacekeeper. Or
Did
Peacemaker.
you finish Archive? You finished Archive 81.
Yes, I did. Yeah. It's not. They ended it pretty well, I guess.
Yeah.
They closed a lot of doors, and like you said, they left it open for another season, which hopefully
Yeah.
they do. But that's so strange. It is so strange.
That's a great show. It was really good. I wasn't expecting it to turn the way it turned, and how it's a good show. So I liked it. So
Mikey, what time do you need to be out of here?
she said 7:30. It's
7:30?
Yeah.
I go to bed at an hour, while I'm watching the 24 Hours of Daytona.
Anyone have anything else or?
No, just that Jackass comes out this weekend, and we will be at the theater one way or another.
Doesn't South Park season come out in
It comes out in February too, right?
it's like February 4th
February
or
2.
something? Or maybe the
Friday.
2nd?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Season 25.
25.
Jeez, it's been
February
25
2nd. Yeah, February 2. He's right.
February 2. That's funny.
When's it start? Oh, February 2nd. That's like 3 or
February,
4 days
yeah,
away.
February 2.
Jeez.
Awesome. I can't wait for
All
that.
right.
Yeah, I'm on season. Which one is it? I think I just started season 9. That's where Mr. Garrison has a sex change operation.
Oh yeah. And that's not the one where the kids have to go to the death camp of intolerance, right? I think that's earlier.
Is that it? No, that one they've already been to the death camp of intolerance.
Yeah.
Season 8 ended with the Woodland Animal Christmas, which is one of my
Oh, I
favorite
love that. I
episodes of
love
all
that
time.
episode.
Oh,
It's one of my favorite episodes of all time. And
It's
then
so funny.
and it was because at first it was the Paris Hilton one where they wanted everybody to be a whore, so all the girls were just like she could go. She opened her store, and her dog committed suicide.
And then she tries to get Butters.
She tries to get Butters, dresses him up in a bear costume. It was that one, then it was the Woodland Animal Christmas, and then season 9 starts with Mr. Garrison getting a sex change operation. That's where I'm at. So, and I think that's yeah. I'm looking up shower thoughts if y'all don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. You can catch us at YouTube. You can listen to us at iTunes
Amazon?
Podcasts,
What is it?
Amazon, Spotify, and
Yes,
TuneIn
we're on
Radio.
Spotify. We are not Joni Mitchell or Neil Young. We are on Spotify.
I saw that thing with Joni Mitchell.
You
What
know,
happened?
this she's pulled her music off of Spotify too. But if you know people like Joni Mitchell and Neil Young, they were so anti-establishment, anti-government. They were anti-everything. This was the height of the late 60s, early 70s, and they were anti-everything. They're against everything they used to stand for by pulling their music off of Spotify. Free speech? Hell yeah, they were all about free speech. So, but we're still there. We're on Spotify.
No matter what we believe, we're still
Spotify,
there.
tune in, whatever else. What else is it? Amazon, iTunes, and YouTube. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sounds like all of them.
Here's a shower
How about
thought.
you do have one?
Yeah. What the fuck is shorter than WTF? Syllably to talk or to speaking it. It's quicker to say what the fuck
Yeah.
than WTF.
I know.
I like this one. It's weird to think that nighttime is the natural state of the universe, and daytime is only caused by a nearby radiating ball of flame.
Perpetual night.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would not be awesome. You wouldn't be able to see anything.
No, but then we would we would evolve to have like night vision.
There'd be no light, so
There'd be no light for the night vision to pick up.
So we'd have no heat.
What are you talking about? We'd see all the stars.
There'd be no stars.
If it was night all the time, we'd see stars.
You mean if it was night and not if there was no stars?
We'd still have light.
Like living in
still have
like Alaska?
We won't have natural light. Is that what you're saying? If we don't have natural light?
No, because you said that light is only night is the natural state of the universe, and
Yeah.
the only reason there's a light.
It's because
So
the sun.
if there was no suns, we wouldn't be able to see anything.
We still have, like I said, we still have.
We wouldn't have the moon because the moon is a reflection of the sun.
Yeah, there'd be no light. It'd be dark.
No light.
We wouldn't see anything.
Dark all the time.
We
It's
still
like
have.
Alaska on a cloudy night.
Well, it's like,
In the
okay,
middle of the day.
I still like the night vision thing. If we had night vision,
That night vision would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like a cat or a dog.
yeah.
I've got 2 of them. This one's a good one. There are sidewalks in the Cars movies, but they are all cars.
They're what?
So they don't use
There
the
are
sidewalk.
sidewalks in the Cars movies,
Oh,
but they are
okay.
all cars.
Okay, I did.
They don't use the
But
sidewalk.
here's one. So humans are afraid of being bitten by spiders, even though they have more teeth. Spiders are afraid of being stepped on by humans, even though they have legs. There you go.
I'm not afraid to be bit by a spider unless it's
I
poisonous.
am.
Me neither, 'cause I want a radioactive, so I can be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I want to
Right.
do whatever a spider can.
It'd be like is it one of those insurance commercials where it's like where he gets bit by a spider. He's like, God, God, did it work?
Yeah.
He's like, and then he gets wheeled out like in an ambulance because he's all like swollen out.
Or I was thinking the episode.
No, my luck, I'll get bitten by a brown recluse and it'll just put a hole
Yeah,
in
right.
Yeah.
That's my fear.
Mayor West goes and jumps in the toxic waste so he can try to get superpowers. He's up in the hospital.
All right, Tim, send us out.
Thanks always for listening to Who's Your Nerds podcast. And tune in next time and you'll never wonder who's your nerds.
That's us.